Welcome back if you've been with us throughout here on FEI TV, and welcome along if you're just joining us as we get set for what should be a fabulous conclusion to what has been an amazing couple of days with the CDIO 5-star here, the International Dressage of Compiègne. The freestyle test for the 5-star riders is about to kick off, and we've already enjoyed a tremendous Grand Prix, a Nations Cup yesterday, the special this morning. And well, we've got the Grand Prix winner, Frederick Vanders, to go a little later in this. We've got the likes of Nana Skobber-Meral, the superstar from Denmark, and then add to that the likes of the World Cup winner, Patrick Kittel, with that tremendous ride that he's brought here, Jovian. Add in more because there are so many talented horses and riders coming forward in this class. I'm really excited to see it. The judges, of course, are going to give out the marks. Sat at E, Michael Osinski from the USA. Henrik Lerman from Germany sits at H, while Raphael Seller is the president of the class for France at C. Also involved at M, Magnus Ringmark from Sweden, and for the Dutch sits at P. To get us started, this partnership for Estonia, we'll see her husband a little bit later on. It's letter Ayash and Vertigo. Ship have gone well on the World Cup circuit. Oh dear. A slightly electric start. We need to calm things down. So, a little bit of a recovery ride here. Certainly relaxed more into the test as it's unfolded. Slightly rushing out of the transitions. She'll be happy enough. Greta Ayash, though, we've seen her put in some good, strong performances on the World Cup circuit through the course of the winter, and as we know, that combination know each other very, very well. And that was Vertigo, the gelding by Vivaldi out of a Flostan mare for your Sternian rider that gets things underway for us here today in this Grand Prix Freestyle. Combination yesterday scoring 61. They had a disappointing Grand Prix test, so just not been the easiest of weekends for them here in France. A long way to go. We've got 15 in all coming forward, if I got my maths correct when I added them up, in this class, and there's chances for plenty. But certainly looking forward to seeing the big names coming in the back end of the draw as well. We'll see Greta Eirash's husband. He's Alexander Eiresh, of course, rides for France. He's in the draw a little bit later on as well. Always going to take a moment. You can see the trending score, but that for the technical end and the artistic elements need to be added in as well. So there we have it, 71.235%. As we get a 72, a 73, a 67, a 71, and a 70, and that's a combination of both the artistic and technical marks, which of course are weighted equally to give you the overall judges' percentage scores, and then that final total as well. So there's the first to go. Plenty more where that came from, but we're just going to take a moment. This test has been timed on 10 minutes, so should get a relaxing flow through the arena here in Compiègne. There's the breakdown as well, actually, technically 67.5, which we knew they were struggling with in places, and artistically, though, bringing that score back up. So we await our next rider. Who will ride for Germany. Matthias Alexander Rath is heading our way. Plenty of people here watching today. Certainly keep our fingers crossed the weather stays on side today. We had a bit of a downpour yesterday. In fact, Matthias probably caught the worst of it because it landed midway through his Grand Prix test, which I'm sure didn't help the relaxation of his horse at the time, unfortunately. Scuppered his chances overall of a good result, and that dented the German team's ambitions in that Nations Cup as well. So hopefully not too much longer to wait. Fabulous summer of sport lies ahead of us, of course, not only in the world of dressage, but all around equestrian sport. Of course, the highlight will be back here in France with Paris, but between now and then there is so many top class events taking place all over the globe for us to be able to enjoy it. I hope you can join us for many of those here on FEI TV and the platforms that surround it. It'll be a tremendous year, I am sure, and many fabulous stories to be written as we do so, as we travel to these fabulous venues, these amazing events, to enjoy everything that's going on. But the stars of the show are those that grace these magnificent arenas, these amazing horses and the riders that work with them, their partners. So looking forward. In a moment, I'm just going to take a short pause. That'll guarantee the next horse will turn up. Have heard nothing other than should be coming forward, but we are a little bit behind on the clock, so maybe there has been a change. We'll find that out and come back to you in a moment or two. Confirmation, Matthias Alexander Rath and Diego GS has withdrawn. So we're going to take a break and come back in a few minutes' time with the next of our riders. Good to go. Back underway. Good to go. We're back underway. As you can see, we're going to start things off with Carlos Pinto for Portugal to reintroduce this class, because we lost Matthias Alexandrov. We saw Greta Ayash, of course, as the first to go. Jules Delaguis is the stallion by Florencio, of a jazz mare that he's riding. Portuguese star. It's a very experienced rider with championships, Olympics, and more behind him, as well as some wonderful horses that he's been able to ride. This one that he rides today, he's had a couple of outings on already this year. Rode it in small tour as a young horse, then Maddo took over the ride through the youth divisions before Carlos took it back to ride this year. So it'll be the first time actually these two have ridden an international freestyle test together. And it was his daughter, Maddo, that was riding it, as I say, in the youth divisions. So it'll be a good test. Carlos Pinto, Jules Delaguis for Portugal. The mark on the screen is a trending score and combined score as well when the artistic marks go in, but it's a balanced score as we see it from the judges. Of course, they'll be awarding the marks for the movements, but where the movements are repeated, they'll award a new mark and then the average given out for those marks to two yesterday, scoring 62.326, sadly, in the Grand Prix. I'd like to see the frame open up a little bit more through the walk, and something's just caught their eye. Half pirouette into the changes. Struggling a little bit with the rhythm of those. You're having to work quite hard in places. Portugal, and the ride there for Carlos Pinto, trending just under the 70% mark currently, but of course artistic marks to fall into line as well. And a few moments where they just looked to be struggling slightly, but there were still some nice points too there with Jules Deleuze, the lovely chestnut stallion by Florencio. So Carlos Pinto, Portugal, of course, part of their team yesterday as well. A first freestyle test for him and that horse. The horse, as I said at the start, he produced through the youth and young classes, and then his daughter was riding into the youth classes for a period of time. So just to wait, hopefully not too long either, that final score to land. The leading score, 71.235, has come from Greta Ayers. Is how things stand so far. But we've only seen 2 of what is now going to be 14 coming forward. Riders from Estonia, Germany, Portugal, Great Britain, Belgium, Australia, the Netherlands, France, Sweden, and Thailand. And it'll be the Thai rider that is next up. fact, they're based in Belgium. I think we find ourselves just a fraction ahead again on time, but there's your breakdown of scores: a 69, a 69, a 72, a 71 and a 70. All in all, it's a 70.720 percentage mark. 70.720. So that was Carlos Pinto and Jules Delegates, and next to go it'll be Sabahamakal Vantadint riding here for Thailand. This is Dream Boat BCN, as I say, rides for Thailand, but is in fact living in Belgium. Has a master's degree in corporate and commercial law from Maastricht University. Started though riding at the age of 7 on the outskirts of Bangkok, thanks to her father's equestrian influence. Has ridden this lovely horse for a little while. Recently went to Doha to the 5-star event in Qatar. She rode in the Grand Prix and the special there, finished 4th in the special. It's a horse she's been riding since 2021. On one occasion, they have broken the 70% mark. Their best score together in freestyle is 71.580. That came in Wellington, and that came at the start of last year. Finished on a score of 63.8 yesterday in the Grand Prix. Sabahamakal Vantadit riding Dreamboat BCN for Thailand. Again, struggling slightly in the transitions and certainly just losing the energy into the Piaffe. Sadly, just one or two many technical issues with this test today, just where it's needed to link. It just needs to be smoothed out. The ability is there. It's the consistency that's missing. Just I've seen this happen a few times. It's when the energy is like the engine just runs out of fuel at points, as I say, but when the engine's firing, they're fine. It's when the fuel starts to run down, it seems to, of course, just take away from what we know is otherwise available to them as a combination. But great to see them here, and fabulous representative of their nation, Thailand. Samarkapol Venedat and Dreamboat BCN. So I don't think the top's going to change. Got Ash and Vertigo. I'm still expecting some big scores later on, but we'll see where that score eventually finishes in a moment or so. There's the next coming in. So just wait for that score for our Thai rider. Beautiful little judges' huts. Seems to be a bit of a discussion going on between the members of the grand jury, so therefore it's going to be a little pause because it seems that Michael Osinski just wanted to have a little chat with Rafael Sella, and our other judge there as well. I think a decision's been made over something, so that will of course have to be made and organised before the final score is given out. So while we wait for that, let's just move on, because this is Andrew Gould. Andrew, who is riding for Great Britain, of course, and whoop, hello, wakey wakey, we're awake. It's Jeannie, the lovely stallion by Zhivago, on this owned by Max and Tatiana Skillman. Andrew, who has been a tremendous asset to British Dressage, of course based at Prix Dressage in the UK, has trained and developed some magnificent horses throughout his career. He's won numerous titles along the way nationally, and there's the score. It did come through for Dreamboat, 64.795. But Andrew, who, as I say, has got some lovely horses now that are really seeing him come to the fore at the international level. He rode here last year on Indigrio, and the horse that he rides here today is Genie. He rode in the Freestyle at Addington just recently in the 3-star to score 74.065%. This is a 13-year-old stallion. Stepped it up into the Big Tour 2 years ago. Really settled in. It is only their third international Freestyle. 74.065 being the best, and that came this year, as I say, at Addington. And it's the first time for Genie at 5-star. Moment there for Andrew. I think he was asking for the... Oh, he's just caught the board as well. Settled now, performing really well. Really enjoying the artistic elements of this test. Links together really well with the music, suits the horse, suits the test style. Hopefully that will as well pay dividends in the score, as Andrew says thank you as he finishes off with that wonderful ride, Genie. So Andrew Gould there, the one British representative in this Grand Prix freestyle test. This the final part of the CDIO 5-star here in Compiègne. And just that couple of little moments, but really quality once more. And so, it's only the third time he's competed in a freestyle with this horse. So and the previous two occasions came a year apart from each other. Those internationals at Addington at Grand Prix level. I should have added into that because, of course, he did a couple of Inter 1 freestyles when he was in the small tour ranks. Meanwhile, the leading score is still 71.235. It looks like Andrew now, as the marks start to fall into place, is moving upwards into the 70s, which is really good to see. In fact, it is 70.0. So a 71, a 70, a 69, a 72, and a 67. As I say, 70.060. So it falls into third place behind Dressage and Carlos Pinto. It is now Estonia, Portugal, and Great Britain. 3 more to go before we get to the halfway mark of the break in this class. I think because they've timed this test on 10 minutes, we are running a little bit ahead of ourselves, but not too far ahead as we see the graphic come up for the next, and it'll be for Belgium. Belgium with just the one coming forward in this class. They get underway next in a few moments' time here in Compiègne. Didn't have to wait long. Here she is, absolutely on time as well. It is Charlotte Devaquis riding here with Botticelli, the one ride for Belgium. The other two from the team yesterday going into the special that we saw a short while ago. Based in Charleroi in Belgium, also a business manager for innovation and management consultancy, combining that with riding. Obviously, very organised person, I would suggest. Rode at the championships in Risenbeck with Botticelli last year. It's the horse that brought her through juniors, young riders, and the under-25s before moving into a senior team. She also rode as part of that senior team at the World Championships in Herning in 2022. Stallion by Vivaldi out of a Cosmere, now 18 years young. Put in some solid performances, including a top 6 finish on the World Cup circuit through the winter as well. Combination have scored previously as high as 78.9 in freestyle competition. That came in Mechlin in December last year. Through the Kandahar passes through the pirouette. wonderful crowd here today enjoying this performance as well. Losing a little bit of energy there. Such a super horse, super rider as well, and a wonderful partnership that they built over the years, and really able to perform as one. Charlotte Prix, and that was Botticelli. So heading to the lead, I would more than suggest from that performance and the others that we've seen. You can see it on the score as well. There's still a few more marks to find their way in as the artistic elements are added in to those technical scores. But Belgium look as solid as anything to move into the lead. There's Wonder Parts. Another will head our way. Not sure where we are on time at the minute, so I think again we find ourselves just 2 or 3 minutes ahead of where we need to be. So there'll be a little pause again as we get the score though for Charlotte and Botticelli. A 73, a 75, a 72, a 75, and a 75. So there we have it. It's comfortably as it stands. And that was Charlotte Prix outriding there with a Botticelli for Belgium. Belgium leading from Estonia and Portugal, the 1, 2, 3. And it will be Australia in a couple of minutes' time. Here's our partnership for Australia. 2 Australian riders here this week. We saw one in the special now for the freestyle. Jessica de Thrill riding Jenin has made the trip over from down under. And the Australian rider who has had a very good run through the course of their season, starting through October, and then in February would have been, wouldn't it, when they were in Victoria. They won that Grand Prix freestyle at the CDIW on a score of 74.985%. Well, a repetition of that score today will move them to the top of the leaderboard. It is a horse that was formerly ridden by Dutch rider Madeleine Vries, who rode this horse through to 5-star level. Jessica taking the ride in 2022, and in fact this is the first time she's competed it in Europe here this week. So now we'll see how they get on in front of the judges with this freestyle test. It's by Vivaldi. It's out of a Donegal mare. 17 years of age. The hand goes up to start the music. A little bit of Top Gun. Kenin, or Senin, and Jessica de Thrill. It's those little moments that have been counting against them through this test. It's the fluidity between the movements. Very capable horse, very talented horse, very good rider. And a nice finish as well. Being a big Maverick fan, I really enjoyed the music and I love the way the choreography all linked together as well. But that's over to the judges as they add to the scores that could yet see them go through the 70% mark. But it's great to see them in Europe, and fabulous they made the trip for a summer of sport. The combination there for Australia, first time for those two together here in Europe, having spent the last couple of years going very well in their home country. They've got a wonderful list of wins behind them, both in Grand Prix and in Freestyles. And I was about to say, I would expect them to go through the 70% mark. That's their sort of baseline, really, but also big step going at this level here with such an amazing lineup of combinations to compete against. So as we just wait for that score to settle in, I think, it could get, I was about to say third, maybe. It might go high enough to get into second. It wouldn't need to go up much. We will see for Jessica there and that. Get in. Here's the marks: a 72, a 70, a 68, a 72, and a 71. So a 4% slide between the judges there. And a total of 71.145%. So within 0.1 of a mark of second place has got to Arish, but it is into third for Jessica Dirtle and Zenin, the lovely stallion there of Samantha Thomas's. So that means Charlotte Defacqui still leading the way. Moving onwards to the Netherlands now, and this Dutch combination. It is Karen Nivelle riding here with Elisius. This gelding by Jazz out of a Rhodium Met is going to take us into the break as well for this freestyle class. Based in Zola, grew up riding her neighbour's ponies, quickly of course then developing a passion for the horses. 2016, she rode this horse in the 7-year-old finals in Amelo at the World Young Horse Championships. So it's a combination that had developed at now 15 years of age. Had a couple of outings already this year, starting in March in Lier in the Grand Prix. They went to Herning and more recently to the 5-star in Fontainebleau, where they scored over 71.6 in the Grand Prix Freestyle. Freestyles, they have scored as high as 77.815 previously. That came in 2022 in the 3-star in Compiègne here in France. Just waiting to say that they're ready. The judges just settling in, keeping things on time, just giving her a moment. Leading score 74.380. Karen Nivelle for the Netherlands. Elisius. Tremendous choreography linked into the music, very good timing. Great harmony in this test, and the horse has really got some great expression, fluidity to its movements. That's quite enough to change the leaderboard, we will see. In terms of the top, it'll be close. Down this final centre line. Well, what a great halt that was. So superb and really strong riding there from Calais. Very, very great performance from Alicius, the Dutch warmblood by Jazz, out of a Rhodium mare. And a score that is still increasing as the artistic marks go in, and I hope those artistic marks are strong, because there was a great deal of harmony in the way that they could link with those music. And I think you have to be on your marks when you've got music that links into a pirouette. The pirouette, you have to arrive on time, you have to leave on time, so that it works just as you've set out in your floor plan. Well, that test takes us into a break. We are due to get back underway in about 10 minutes time. At 1:30 we go again, but we'll just hold fire for a moment, because we want to see where that goes. I have a feeling, looking at the way I don't think she's quite, I don't think she's quite going to get up to the top, but she's not far off it, because it's still moving in the right direction. So ever closer to that It's not. It's only got to go a tiny bit more. 74.3. The leading score 74.380. So there is absolutely nothing in it. Where's that mark? Where? Oh, ho, 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 ho. So tight. 73, 73, 74, 75, 74, and it is 74.300. The leading score is 74.380. That's Charlotte Depaquis, though, that still leads for Belgium on Bocelli, and it is Karen Yvelton and Alicius into second. Gareth Ayash for Estonia now holds third place. And we'll be back in 10 minutes' time. Welcome back. Here we go. Restart time. And Alexander Ayash is there. I promise you, he's just hidden behind the jury box. Here we go. Back underway. Of course, we saw his wife, Greta. She's still sitting in third at the moment as the first to go. The horse is Jolene. Of course, the European ride for him last time out in Riesenbeck. He also had that horse called So What that he took to the Europeans in 21 and to those Olympic Games as an individual. Jolene recently in the 5-star, finished in 7th in the freestyle in Fontainebleau here in France just a few weeks back on a score of 76.350. They had some strong 70-plus scores through the World Cup circuit over the course of the winter as well. See how they can get on. One of 3 for France in the freestyle still to come. Jolene, Alexander Ayash, the mare by Johnson T.N. Out of a Continue mare. Strong start from the first of the French riders in France here with a team of 3 riders that I think could well feature in Paris this summer. Very much on target here to take the lead with the way this test is going. With the artistic marks still to come in. The trending score already knocking on the door of the lead. The technical, certainly the best we've seen so far. Leading score 74,380. It's just gone the wrong way. It's so tight between the top three at the moment. 74,3 sits in third. Hence the fact you can see it jumping from one to the other, but it's still with the artistic to come, and it's been a beautiful test. Lovely finish and beautiful halt as well, and a huge applause from this fabulous audience that have really poured in during the break. There are so many people here now around this arena. 73,092, but that is not the fixed score, because you'll see it continue to trend. Whether it quite now goes back to where you'll need it to, which is 74.380, it was knocking on the door. And I still maintain, perhaps for some artistic scores, it could yet raise itself back up again, but we will see in a moment or two, because it is heading in that direction for Alexander Reyes and Jolene. Beautiful mare by Johnson TN, and technically it looked very, very strong indeed. There now. 74, it's gone over. I had a feeling it would, and it certainly has. So we are going to get a new leading score when it's confirmed on our screen in a moment or two. It's really tremendous start for the French riders, and the home audience will be particularly happy about that one. So great news for all of them. Puts it much more on par. Been sort of averaging through the last few tests of freestyle around that 75% mark. So Alexander Reyes and Jolene continuing to keep up the strong average, but still not confirmed. Waiting. Of course, again, just find ourselves. Here's the confirmation, and it is 75.345. So a 75, a 74, a 76, a 75, and a 74. So yeah, new leader, France on top, Belgium second, and the Netherlands now in third. Alexander Reyes and Jolene, 75.345%. So say two more to come from France. Still Sweden, Denmark, Germany, and the next up for Spain. Some big partnerships to come in this second half of the freestyle draw, when you include the likes of Patrick Kittel, Nana Skobel-Merald, and Frederick Wanders. But right now, another big name, and it is for Spain, Beatriz Ferrasana riding Elegance. Lady that has, of course, achieved such a phenomenal amount over such a long period of time. For Spanish Dressage, of course, part of the silver medal winning team in Athens at those Olympic Games back in 2004. She first rode in the Olympics on Brilliant back in 1996. The medal came with Beauvalet, a two-time Olympic even with that horse. Elegance that she rides today, she rode in Tokyo and also at the European Championships that year as well. Dutch bred gelding by Negro out of a Monaco mare. Horse that is now 15 years of age. She first competed it though as a 5-year-old in the young horse classes and then has gradually brought it through. Her last freestyle test came at home in Madrid in November last year, where she scored 78.425%. She has though scored over 80% with this ride. Her best score coming in Lyon in 2021, 80.850. Prix wasn't their best day yesterday, but certainly off to a strong start here in the freestyle. Well, to the beautiful operatic sounds and certainly elegance by name, elegant by nature. Just a little bit tense though. Just now from the collected to the extended. Yeah, that's just brought the marks down as well though. Again, just rushing a little bit there, just not able to quite stretch. letting it getting close between Beatrice and our current leader, Alexandre. Enjoyable showing there from Beatrice Ferracellat and from Elegance, and a big smile from her. She knows she's done a fabulous job. It's showing fourth at the moment, but it is exceptionally tight. We know that between second and third, and it could easily, when those marks start coming in artistically, start again to move back up and perhaps even challenge the leading score. You can see there already. It's up as high as second, and it'll only go upwards now, that score. But Beatrice Ferracellat and the wonderful Elegance looking, I'm sure, for a place this summer to enjoy that wonderful Dutch bred gelding by Negro. It leaves us 5 more to go in this class. And there's the next, the man that won yesterday with a quite brilliant performance in the Grand Prix. We wait for Beatrice's score. In fact, let's not wait any longer. We get a 76, a 73, a 75, a 77, and a 74. It is a new leading score. They have found their way to the top, have Spain. 75.570. Guaranteed top 6 finish for Beatrice Ferracellat there and Elegance as she leads at this stage. Alexandre drops to third for France, and Belgium now in fourth. We move on to Frederick Wanders for Germany. As I said, he won with this horse yesterday to beat Daniel Bachmann-Andersen into second place in the Grand Prix test. Daniel, who'd led for the majority of it. Frederick came late, but Duke of Britain performed quite brilliantly, as we've seen on many, many occasions with this partnership for Germany. It's a combination that together went to the World Championships in 2022 in Herning, where they were part of Germany's bronze medal winning team. With Bluetooth, though, his other horse, he went to the Europeans in Risenbeck last year and was on the silver medal winning team, Bluetooth OLD. Duke of Britain, though, has certainly been one of the stars of his stable, now 17 years young, and has over the years had some fabulous wins. I remember myself that one in London Olympia in 2018 when he won the Freestyle at the World Cup show there with a score of over 80%. Their last outing was last year prior to yesterday. They competed in Hagen in the Grand Prix in September. Making a timely return to the international arena, I guess, as they perhaps look to get onto teams this year. Freestyle, the best I think came when they won the World Cup in Madrid in 2022, when they scored 84.830. With Frederick now, Nana still to come, Patrick Kittle left in the draw as well. This, on paper at least, is where the battle lies in this CDI 5-star here in Compiègne. music is absolutely to the beat with the stride. It's so pleasurable to watch. Oh dear. We all know in this sport that horse welfare comes beyond anything, and on occasions when judges spot just a tiny drop of anything, they will ask the horse and rider to stop. It's not always immediately noticed by the rider. Riders, of course, stop of their own accord if they did, but the judges obviously spotted something there and suggested that in the best interest and welfare of the horse, they retire at this point and just pop back out. And so it is very disappointing for Frederick, of course, who was in the midst of his test, but nevertheless, even he will not be too worried about having to walk away for the reasons that he's been asked to by the members of the ground jury. But it is always a shame when you know you're enjoying something and watching it, as we were. So sadly, that sees one of the big contenders out, and Beatrice Felicella remains in the lead. It also therefore means we can look to the final four. We've still got Nana to go. Nana Scobber-Merald and Blue Horse and Chiffre. Pauline Masquin, still for France. And the wonderful, I really love, Citrus Derima ZIFCE. Such a great combination. Patrick Kittle in the still relatively new ride for the now World Cup winner, Patrick Kittle. Jovien. And then the last out will be for France, Corentin Potier, another on home soil here with Gauthier Filiard. So that is the order of the remaining few. We do the next horse in about 5 minutes' time. You can see it's a packed house here now in Compiègne to enjoy these final horses and riders. So we'll take a short pause and we'll come back with the next to go in 5 minutes' time, live here on FEI TV. We move on, and on we go to another of the world's very best as we turn our attention to Denmark now, to the combination that in that Grand Prix test yesterday actually finished in 4th place. They were third of the 3 for Denmark. Of course, Denmark finishing 2nd, 3rd and 4th and then taking the title. But this lady, of course, is also the world number 4 on those FEI Dressage world rankings. She is Nana Skomerald, and riding here with the Blue Horses, Blue Horse St. Chufro. This beautiful black Hanoverian stallion by St. Moritz Jr. And out of a Blue Horse Don Chufro mare. This is Blue Horse St. Chufro. Nana, of course, who rode to 2nd in Riyadh in the World Cup final with Blue Horse Don Olimbrio, who she had a very good run with. She's been so successful, finishing on medal-winning teams with Zepter and Risenbeck, where she took the silver in the special as well. This horse now 13, this stallion. Last competed prior to this weekend in Lyon on the World Cup circuit last October, November, where they scored 82.995 in the freestyle. That is a tremendous score, but it isn't their best. Their best actually came last March in Herning in the 5-star when they scored 84.360. On 4 or 5 occasions, I think it's 5 occasions now, they have gone through the 80% mark on their freestyle tests. In fact, I'll go as far as to say they've never scored less than 80%, despite the difficulties of the marks, the way you see them at the start. But this... beautiful elasticity within the movements. There's such a presence in the arena. Still very early in this test, a lot of marks still to come forward from the technical element, never mind the artistic element, and already she has pushed herself to the top. That won't help the score, unfortunately. That leaves the door open, certainly for Patrick Kittel. We will see the score just drop a bit there after that mistake. Well, I said at the start she's never scored less than 80% in a freestyle with this horse, but after that unfortunate little error, that is a distinct possibility now. Well, what a shame for that one little, well, very obvious error, and that problem really has cost them in terms of their score. We'll see exactly where that rounds up to shortly for Nanoskov Merald and Blue Horse and Chiffre. They were definitely on course for the lead. I still think they'll get to the lead, perhaps, when those artistic marks come in. The fact it says fourth at the moment, we're only talking 1%. it's got to move. It's already gone to third, and it's already chasing with the scores going in. Now second, there you go. And it's ever closing down very nearly there, 0.1% more, and it'll now be in the lead. And there you have it, 75. So it continues to go up, and artistically it should. It was a fabulous test. It is the technical moment that has caused the problem. But as I say, that when you know there are 3 still to go, Pauline Masquin, Pat Kittle and Corentin Potier, and certainly Patrick, despite it being a new ride, the door very much, I think, with a moment like that from Nena, has opened. Of course, we lost Frederick Vanders to retire, Duke of Britain, and it is on those small moments that the classes can ultimately hinge. Well, a lot of people, as I said earlier, here enjoying their day. Here is the score. It's a 77, a 75, a 77, a 76, and a 74. So that, that problem costing her 76.470, though. It is a new leading score. After 4th place yesterday, she guaranteed a top 4 finish today. Nana Skobor-Merad and Blue Horse Saint Chiffreau. Moving on to France, 1 or 2 in the final 3, and I mentioned these 2 a little earlier. This lovely partnership, really enjoyable to watch. It's Pauline Masquin now riding Cerritus Sterimazed IFCE. So, lovely gelding by Sandra Hitt is out of a Voltaire mare based in Saumur in France. Part of the Cardnois. Rode this horse both at the World Championships in 2022, but also at the European Championships last year, where they qualified for that freestyle on the final day. Most recently, rode the freestyle, finished on the podium in France in the 5-star just a couple of weeks ago in Fontainebleau, where they scored 79.890. They've gone through the 80% barrier, though, twice this winter on the World Cup circuit, once in Den Bosch and also once in Lyon, where they finished in 3rd. Has certainly gone well on home soil. Those are the 2 occasions, and the best score for this partnership is that score from Lyon of 80.815%. Well, if they can repeat that, they certainly stand a strong chance here today. The arm goes up to cue the music. Pauline Masquin. Cerritus Sterimazed IFC. Tremendous start here from Pauline. Maintain the 3 that are here for France could easily turn out to be the 3 in Paris this summer. Ultimately, France is number 1 on those rankings, and the world rankings sitting at 13th at the moment. Let's transition down into the walk. Technical marks alone keeping her in the lead. There's going to be a big cheer. Listen to that. Absolutely fabulous. And that will go straight to the top of the leaderboard and a guaranteed top 3 finish here this afternoon. Will it be enough to go through and again go past that 80% marker? We'll keep our fingers crossed. For Pauline Basquin and Seratissa de Rimazed, ISCE, the partnership for France. France's number 1 dressage rider, and a horse that, say, it's been building towards a big year, and you cannot but see any other way of that horse and rider combination somehow not finding their way onto the French team for Paris in the summer. So great stuff. Really amazing. And it is going to be over 80%. What a great day it is going to be. And that, was where Nana was heading until the problem. But what it will do in turn is put a lot of pressure on Patrick Kittle, because of course he'll be coming next with Jovian. We'll come to that in a moment as we just wait for this final score to come in. But then we can see exactly where we are. Here it is. A 79, an 81, an 80, a 78, and an 80. It's 80.290%. And for the third time only for those two, they have gone over 80% in their freestyle test. So tremendous. I think it's about the 11th freestyle they've ridden in the last 3 years internationally. So a really great result for Pauline Basquin. Meanwhile, with 2 to go, our thoughts are now with Patrick Kittel for Sweden. World number 6, and of course now the holder of the FEI Dressage World Cup title. With touchdown, that big win in Riyadh just a few weeks back. Superb performance from the very, very talented Swedish rider. This horse, though, still quite new to him. It is Jovian. He rides now in what is, I think, their 3rd show together, having ridden in Leer and ridden in Aachen. Well, Aachen wrapped up well because he won the special. The one thing these two haven't done together is ridden a freestyle test together yet. So that's about to come. It is the first time Patrick Kittel rides a Grand Prix freestyle on Jovian, the horse that, of course, he took over the ride of after the end of last year. It's a horse that has got good 5-star pedigree with its previous rider. Dutch stallion by Apache. And on the 3 occasions this horse has done a freestyle before with its past rider, it on each occasion has also scored over 80%. So I guess that puts a bit of pressure on Patrick for his first freestyle, but it's a test that will garner a lot of interest both here and where anyone is watching. Ooh, well, we've already just taken a dislike to something. It was always going to be an exciting combination when these two were teamed up. Score to beat, 80.290. Patrick Kittel and Jovian get rocking. Struggled a little bit there with the Piaf pirouette. Slightly cost him in terms of his score, although there's a long way to go. There is so much to come with these two. The marks are spectacular at moments. Perhaps still the newness of the partnership just brings those little moments of difficulty to bear. Very well timed with the music. Grand Prix may not quite have worked out as he wanted yesterday with a top 5 finish, but that had plenty to like, and I'm sure the judges will have enjoyed it like this audience has. They certainly have absolutely loved that. That looked really, really strong, and I know it says second at the minute, but watch the score go. Now the artistic marks come to bear. 80.290 is the current leading score, and as much as they would love to see a French winner here this afternoon, I think it might change in a moment. So we see Patrick Kittel and Jovian, and there's still more to come from those two. There is definitely a few little moments in there, but as a horse, it is so super talented, and it's only a 10-year-old, and now very much coming to the fore in Patrick's team as well. And of course, with touchdown. And there we go. It's crossed over. The score does change. The artistic marks have pushed it, and as much as it's not yet confirmed, I've never seen them go down at this point. Here it is. It's locked. There we go. An 81, a 79, a 79, an 81, and an 82. It's 80.690. And it is into the lead for Patrick Kittel and Jovian. It's exceptionally close still, and Patrick, of course, has perhaps benefited a little from the mistake of Nana and Blue Horse Saint Chiffre, who are sitting down now in third, and of course the retirement of Frederick Manders. But he has produced the performance to put him on top. But we are not quite done, because this crowd and I are very much looking forward to enjoying the last to come forward. It is another chance for France as well here this afternoon in Compiègne. These magnificent 2 days of sport that we've been able to enjoy with the Grand Prix, the Nations Cup, the Special, and now this quite brilliant freestyle. And the partnership that are heading our way, of course, are another part of the French team from the World Championships in 2022. It's going to be Compiègne. We're just a minute or two ahead of ourselves in terms of timing, but we're not going to wait. Here we go with the last. It's a horse that he rode as a young horse as well, and has brought through, competed in the 7-year-olds of the World Championships. 13 now. Recently scored a top 4 in the freestyle in Fontainebleau, where he scored 78+%. It would take a new personal best for him to dislodge Patrick at the top. Their previous best in freestyle competition was a score last year in the 5-star in Fontainebleau, where they scored 77.530. In fact, I take that back. There was a 78-2 as well in Rotterdam from memory, as they also. But either way, those scores today would put them third, which to see 2 French riders in the top 3 would certainly send this crowd home happy. They enjoyed Patrick Kittel. They've supported Pauline Basquin, who sits second at the moment. Nala Scobber-Marald, the world number 4, sits in third. Where does it all finish off? This tremendous Dutch gelding is by Turtleass out of a FRA mare. And the last down the centre line for this CDIO 5-star in Compiègne. Cotillas de Foulard, Corentin Portier. Certainly giving one of their best performances so far. Chance of this finding its way into the top three, but they cannot afford any mistakes. Edging ever closer to the top three. A little bit behind the music. A little bit of Angry Birds. Ooh. Keep it going now. Well, there we go. It is a finishing score that continues to rise up through the ranks. And there we have a score that is at the moment 75.95, but we will see where it all ends up shortly, because will he make it into the top three? He's not got to get many more percentage points. It's done it. So well done to Corentin Potier, Gottiles de Fillard, and congratulations to him. It is a strong result for the French riders here today, just waiting for that score to be confirmed, and then we're going to look in a short while to the presentation of awards. I think it's nearly in. It is. And it is third. 76, 76, 78, 76 and 76. So 76.740%. Congratulations to Patrick Kittel, though. Jovien has taken the top spot. Today it is the Swedish anthem that will play. Congratulations to them both on a fabulous performance, but very close. Pauline Basquin will come second, both scoring over 80%, and Compiègne making it France third as well as second. Nana Skobog-Malalt finishes in fourth ahead of Beatrice Fellasanat and Elegance, and Alexandre Reyes and Jolene for France in sixth. So congratulations, well done. Brilliant stuff from them all. And we're going to just take a short breather and then we'll enjoy some presentations here very, very soon. There's your full and final order, Patrick Kittle. Well done on Jovian. Pauline Basquin, superb with Sedatus, and there we have Corentin Portier. You can see they're just getting everything ready for the presentations, so will not be too long before we welcome them in.
just for kicks now. I've been feeling it since 1966 now. Might have had your fill, but I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Let me kick it like it's 1986 now. Might be over tonight, feel it still. We could fight a war for peace. Give in to that easy living, goodbye to my hopes and dreams. Stop flipping for my enemies. We could wait until the walls come down. It's time to give a little to the kids in the middle. Oh, till it falls, won't bother me. Kicks, yeah, your lovers are still.